My name is Alex Marcello. This is Studio 41. Welcome to our first episode. We named our show after the original Studio 41, where Edward R. Murrow first broadcast from CBS. In that spirit, we have made it our goal to teach, illuminate, and inspire. Our first segment will be on education. We will explore Washington State University culture, the way that we students pay for it and why we work so hard to do so, and we will discuss the recent budget cuts and how they affect us, especially pertaining to the theater students. Our first segment will feature our correspondents Kip and Veronica, and will be about the topic of the culture at Washington State University.
Hi, I'm Kip Lassard with Studio 41, and we're down here on Greek Row. We're trying to figure out today, why are we here? Why do we pay $22,000 a year to come hang out, to get an education, to make it happen? Is society saying that we have to do this, or are we doing it for our own benefit? We're going to find out by asking a few people today.
The environment here I really like here, so I choose here.
School spirit is incredible. Like, we're from Bellingham, so Western's there, and you don't see that kind of spirit or enthusiasm towards sports and just the school. And there's so much to choose from. If you decide to change a major, you could probably find it here.
Well, I've always wanted to go to college, and my parents are the kind to not, or if I stayed at home, they wouldn't approve of it. And I didn't want to stay at home anyway, so I like it here too. Campus is nice.
Before, when I was deciding through my senior year if I was really actually going to go Greek, everything, and then I came to the house, spent about a week here, and that really, it sealed the deal for me. That made me know that I wanted to go Greek.
I want to be a business person, like when I back to my country and I help with my father and make his company global. So I choose study international business.
Well, I started out looking at veterinary medicine, and then I kind of went towards completely opposite end, like arts and philosophy and all that stuff. And this year I'm kind of going back towards veterinary medicine and sciences and just dabbling a little bit of everything.
Mechanical engineering. I don't know, I've just kind of always been like interested in like that field, so yeah.
I'm a freshman, and I'm thinking about doing poli-sci for my major.
We had a chance to go to the dunes to talk to students about why they were here at Washington State University and what brought them to Pullman.
I'm studying mechanical engineering.
I'm trying to do pre-med. I want to be a children's psychiatrist. And so I'm hoping that through my coursework here, it's going to better prepare me to be successful in that. I know that coursework isn't exactly going to be the same as hands-on, but I think that it's at least laying the groundwork for me to be successful as a psychiatrist.
We asked some students what they expected to get out of their professors.
I'm expecting a more like solid like answer, like statement, since this is like a research like university as well, is that they're also still like working on like gaining information and whatnot, that they'll have more a better view on all the subjects that I'm looking on getting into.
I just expect them to I guess help me out throughout the way, because I know I can't do it on my own by myself. So I mean, I guess I just expect them to be there when I need them, I guess. Yeah. And just if I ever need a question answered, I know I can depend on them, and I know that I can go to them for an answer, I guess.
So do you feel like Washington State's giving you the kind of education where you can help make your father's business global?
Yes, of course. I believe.
I don't want to have the same level of knowledge as I had in high school when I'm like 30. Mm-hmm. But and like especially if I want a good job and I want to be successful and happy, I mean, I want to go to college and get a degree for that.
I want to be in a job that I'm happy with, that, you know, I don't have to necessarily worry about money or anything like that, but I can actually go to work and enjoy what I do for a living. Beneficial being Greek is it's just, I don't know, I think it's an overall better experience. There's a lot of great guys in the house. Everyone gets along. It's a very diverse culture, at least in the house that I pledged. There's so many different majors throughout the house.
Exactly.
I mean, it's really awesome, and it's just, I don't know. The study tables, I think, is probably one of the biggest things that helps me out.
We asked a few other students what education means to them.
I think it makes you be more responsible than anything. Like, it makes you be on your own and know what it's like to be on your own. I don't know, that's probably not true for everybody, but it's more of a responsibility for most of us that come right out of high school, right to college. You know, you have to be responsible for yourself. You have to do your own thing. You know, you have to be responsible to talk to your teachers. There's no parent-teacher conferences. You got to grow up, basically.
The best part of the college experience. I don't know.
We had the opportunity of talking with many individuals of the Washington State community today, and we found that although everyone's here for an education, the underlying factors are for different reasons. We have people who feel that this is the next step, that societal pressures and expectations have brought them to college. But then there's also people who want to immerse themselves in the college atmosphere before they have to go off into the real world. Everyone's here for the same reason of education, whatever that may mean to you. I'm Veronica Miracle, reporting live for Studio 41.
Next, we're going to do a segment on paying for it, and by it, I mean school. This segment will feature Aaron and Katie.
I sat down with senior WSU student Bridget Slaybaugh to find out how she's been putting herself through college as a student that must entirely support herself financially.
I've been saving up money to come to college since I was in 3rd grade. I grew up on a farm, so raising steers and animals and receiving money for that and putting that in a savings account, which has paid for a good majority of my college. Sounds funny to be paying for college through cows, but that's kind of honestly, you know, how a lot of my money has come about, and as well as through working. You know, like I usually have 2 full-time jobs. My day started bright and early, and then coming back and just trying to make it through classes, you know, that day and that week after being up so early. Got draining after a while, but I don't know, and then going to another job, you know, and trying to stay on top of things in those terms was difficult, and for her too, but it was fun to, I guess, to have someone to get through that with.
After sitting down with Bridget, I talked with the Director of Financial Aid, Chayo Flores, to find out some hard numbers regarding student financial aid and how the university is trying to assist its students through this financial aid process.
I'd say if you look at the number of students who apply for financial aid, in any given time, we have almost 60% receiving some source of funding through our office. So many of the students are submitting a FAFSA, or are submitting a FAFSA, as well as a scholarship application to be considered for those aid sources. I'd say most of them are doing a combination of loans, work, assistance from their parents or family, while grants and scholarships are there, that will run the gamut in terms of what a student can qualify for. But I'd say most are funding their tuition, their housing, through a means of all of those things.
First generation college student, so my parents didn't really know what to do in order to be helping me get to college, or what finances even looked like, or so they hadn't really thought about, I don't know, setting something up to help me pay for college either. So I basically did the financial aid process all by myself, coming in as a freshman, and it was confusing. Yeah. Like when you're at college, you know, your sophomore, junior, and senior year, you know where to go if you need help, but as a freshman, you don't really have that. So I don't know how I would change it, but it definitely is kind of a confusing process, and has to be submitted really early, especially if you don't even really know what you're doing with your life yet.
On average, an undergraduate probably leaves the university with approximately $21,000 in student loan debt. We haven't seen that abate. I mean, it doesn't usually go down.